South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world. Our gaming amenities include over 60 table games and over 2,600 of the most popular slot and video poker machines. We have penny slots, including the popular Buffalo games, and real machines like Wheel of Fortune, Triple Sevens, and Megabucks. If you prefer video poker, try Deuces Wild, Double Double Bonus, or a variety of multi-denomination games. Or try your hand at one of the most popular casino table games in the world, Blackjack. Don't let the game intimidate you. Blackjack, also known as 21, is both easy and fun. And our dealers are always happy to assist. And the best part? Blackjack always pays 3 to 2. Next, check out the roulette tables. Roulette is one of the easiest casino games to learn, and so much fun to play. It's a favorite of both beginners and seasoned players. In addition to blackjack and roulette, our casino pit features over 60 popular table games like Baccarat, Pai Gow Poker, 3-Card Poker, Ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Mississippi Stud. So get out of your room and come join in the fun.
Hello, Geico? Yeah, I want to cancel my insurance. Why? No, your rates are great. You brought the pig commercial back, huh? Yeah, oh, it was cute in 2010. Yeah, you played it more than a Mahomes commercial. Okay, I mean, yeah, it's my nightmare. Okay, oh, I got to do a show. Roll the open, Andrew. All right, look, the ad was cute in 2010, Alex, but they brought it back, and it was on every commercial break of every game at least twice. I think they repeated it 3 times sometimes.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Every NCAA tournament game.
Did I go too low? I sunk down. Is it too low now? We need my belly button up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Live from the South Point Casino in Las Vegas, just south of the world-famous Strip. It's game time. Thanks for streaming the show here on YouTube, the show that Rick Pitino has plenty of time now to watch. Thanks for busting my bracket, Coach P. It's called Punchlines. It's a program that's a mix of sports, comedy, conversation, viral videos, smart betting advice, not coming from me necessarily. I'm your host, Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan. And today's show, I hope you're all in a better mood. I hope maybe the pig joke maybe gave you a little smile or a little laugh. I just hope you're in a better mood than UConn's coach Dan Hurley was yesterday after a close loss to Florida. So here's Coach. Crank that up a little, please. Good luck, Alabama. So right before the show, well, wait, hold on. Let's get back to this. Hold on. We got more clips. And maybe your weekend was more amazing with your bets and maybe your bracket. And maybe, it hasn't been a real magic moment yet. But if you want to see something amazing on the hardwood, turn to the NBA and watch Steph Curry do one of his pregame shots. These are insane, Alex. Look, it looks like he stopped time. There we go. All right, so this is more than full court. And and it hooks and goes in.
Frank, I had to read the comments a few times because I'm like, is that AI or not? Is that real?
I did too. And there were 3 angles on it. There were several angles. There was a lower one. There was some. I literally thought it was fake too. And then you read it, they're like, that's Steph being Steph. It was amazing.
Yeah, people are like, no, we go to the games all the time. He does this.
He does that. But and he did it right-handed. Okay, because he is right-handed. Or if it was flipped, you never know. But anyway, tremendous. That was the highlight to me in basketball. But here's my favorite tournament moment so far. Here we go. This guy right here who was very excited for the tournament to start, so he camped out. So there you go. Brought a sleeping bag.
Yes.
Now, I guarantee you security came in about 3 seconds, and I think those tickets go for about $150, right? But maybe he just did it for the viral video. I mean, these people walking by him are like, dude, good idea, bro.
Yeah.
We'll see you for tip-off in 6 hours. I'm imagining he got kicked out, but good for you. Ladies and gentlemen, sitting to my right, and I missed her while I left. See what I did there, right? Left. She makes Mondays fun. 4-time national champ, 3rd-generation sports betting analyst, and my second favorite person with the last name White. Sorry, Betty White will always be number one, Alex. Joking. Alex White, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, Alex. What's happening? We texted a few times while I was out of town.
Yeah.
You guys had a good time upstairs watching the games.
It was a lot of fun, just like last year. You remember?
Not as fun as last year, though.
It wasn't as fun without you.
I wasn't there drinking shots, doing shots, and we had great games last year. There were a lot of buzzer beaters, lower seeds advancing. What did I say? Butter beaters?
Buzzy
beaters. Well, yeah, I've trademarked that. But yeah, I mean, look, I was kind of working. I'll get to that in a second. But I was kind of following along Thursday and Friday. I was rooting for I always root for UCLA. I root for Rick Pitino.
I was rooting for UCLA too.
This might be the first, I didn't do a bracket. I kind of forgot.
Wow.
I was just too busy. I forgot to do a bracket. How is your bracket? I know that's, when you see someone this time of year, you can greet them with, hey, how's your bracket?
Right.
And
Yeah.
how's your bracket looking?
It's pretty good. I mean, I had every 1 and 2 seed,
Right.
but I actually picked Tennessee to be upset. I thought they were the most vulnerable 2 seed.
Okay.
And I had St. John's, but I only had St. John's going one more. I did have Tech beating them.
Wow.
So that helps out.
I saw them going. I didn't think they'd win it all, but I thought Elite Eight,
Yeah.
Final Four. And I was going to bet they make the Final Four was a bet I was talking about a couple weeks ago. I didn't do it. But if Pitino's going to lose, he lost to John Calipari. So another Italian guy, and he's got the Pittsburgh connection. So I'll root for Arkansas now, who I think are the lowest seed left at 10.
They are.
So yeah, we'll get to that, and that's crazy. We have some stats to show about the teams that are left in the tournament. I mean, am I rooting for Tom Izzo? I've officially
Yes.
become that old guy in the sports bar who wants to just see old coaches win.
You know, I think that's also like a handicapper way
Is
of
it?
thinking as well, though. Yeah, we bet on coaches.
Yeah. And I mean, they say the calendar goes January, February, Izzo, because he is Mr. March. So
I took Izzo to the championship game in my bracket.
Now, have you revealed your Final Four? Maybe I
did,
didn't. Okay,
yeah.
well, who's your Final Four?
So Michigan State.
Okay.
And then Florida.
Okay, Florida looks good.
Houston and Alabama.
And Alabama. Okay.
Yeah.
I was in Alabama,
But
so
that Bama's looking bad because Duke is looking very good.
Cooper Flagg looks amazing. Yeah. Wait, back up. Oh, so I did see a little. I'll get to where I was for a couple weeks. I was watching ESPN, and a lot of their analysts picked the Final Four. 2 or 3 of them had Clemson going to the Final Four.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. If I do a bracket, this was like on Monday or Tuesday. If I do a bracket, maybe I'll take Clemson pretty far. That didn't work out at all, ladies and gentlemen.
No, McNeese State.
McNeese State was a great story, except for I got tired of the kid.
You did that fast?
It was everywhere. I think isn't he in charge of like the nil deals now for McNeese State? I don't know.
Come on, that is March Madness. Stories
That's true.
Like that.
No. You're right. All right. Let's take a look at the punch menu.
Aura is what they call him too.
What's that again?
Aura is his nickname, right?
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's Amir something.
No, he was cool. Look, have your 15 minutes. Today we have a Monday montage cut together by Drew Dog directing the show. We have a look at some new Major League Baseball stadium food. So that'll be exciting. Maybe, look what's here, Alex. Maybe a punchline call. Here, we'll leave it here. We might have one. Oh, look how good that looks. And our comedy clip of the day, we have a golfer whose tantrum left him all wet. We also have some gambling advice and viral videos. And then at the end of the show, Kenny White's dog of the day with our dog of the day.
When do we fit in your stories, your adventure?
We can talk about it now. All right. So I was gone for a couple weeks. I was lucky enough to have gotten a role or part on a show that's never been kind of attempted before. I can't say too much about it, but it's going to be on AMC probably around Halloween. So it's kind of a horror show. So you can kind of guess who was doing it and who I'm affiliated with. But I kind of play myself in the show. So I'm kind of like, I play a producer, but I was also helping produce it. And then I'll just say it's Survivor meets an escape room. So I know Vince might be hooked on that. But it's going to be really cool. And I'm pretty excited about everyone to see it. I can't say much about it right now. But we rehearsed for a week. I was in Alabama in the woods. We were in Georgia in the woods. A lot of it's outdoors. A lot of it's late night shoots. So I was working. That's why I didn't see much of the tournament because I was busy. So, busy. I mean, I was sitting in a trailer most of it. But anyway, it's going to be a good show. So I'll keep you guys posted on that on social media, et cetera. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, top of show breaking video. We got one clip for you today that I found pretty cool. Breaking video. everyone on this show, if you've watched the show, and by the way, chat room, I'm going to get to you. Good to see so many familiar faces back. We love Caitlin Clark, and we love the University of Iowa. I know the men's team just got the coach they wanted, right? The guy from Drake, McCollum's going to go to Drake. That's great. But let's talk about the women's team who are in the tournament, even without Caitlin Clark. So last year they had Caitlin Clark. They made it to the Final Four, I believe, right? And to make the championship game,
yes,
they lost, yeah. South Carolina or someone else?
South Carolina.
It was. Okay, there you go. Oh, my phone's on. Sorry. This year's team are in the tourney again. And when Dee, the woman who drives their bus, gave them a motivational speech before their game with Murray State, you will understand the final score. This is the Iowa women's team bus driver.
I tried Alpha's team. Everybody remember that feeling? Yeah. That's what I need for you today. I need you to go out.
Why the head coach isn't doing it, I'm not sure.
We can never play ball again, okay? Real talk. I've been doing this for a while. You got to set your mind and say, if we don't win, we can never play ball again.
Right.
It's a done deal. Right?
She's driving the message home.
That mindset, it don't matter who you playing. It's about to be some problems. You hear me? It's about to be some pressure. You hear me? So when I say, are we ready? Yeah. Are we ready?
And then she starts doing that.
We ready? We ready?
It's the bus driver. All right, so how great is she? I love that clip. They went on to beat Murray State. They beat the Lady Racers 92-57, covered that game easily. They were favored by 10.5 points, and tonight they take on Oklahoma, and they're 4.5-point underdogs, so they might need her again. I don't know if that's the current line, but anyway, they are underdogs, so... Alex, how much of the women's tournament have you been watching?
Not very much.
It's hard to with the men. The way they stagger it out, I mean, tonight will be a nice night to catch up on some ladies stuff, which we'll talk about later. But, yeah, no slight to the women's. We love the women's, but the men's is just, this is like the biggest sporting event of the year besides the Super Bowl, maybe.
Well, and we can talk about with the men's how NIL has kind of changed it and it's very top heavy.
Yeah.
Well, the women's has been like that for a very long time. So right now in the early rounds, I mean, the bigger, better schools are really dominating. So as it gets closer and we get maybe Sweet 16, Elite 8, we'll have tighter games.
We will mention a blowout that happened. That's coming up. It might possibly be in the Punchline hotline. So we're going to squeeze that one in. Okay, we have a comedy clip of the day. We're going to take a break on basketball for 1 second because there was other sporting events going on. By the way, baseball later this week is happening. The Pirates opener is Thursday, so I can't wait for baseball. But there's also golf going. Anyway, if your NCAA bracket was busted over the weekend, I hope you didn't break something stupid like golfer Adam Hadwin over the weekend. He realizes what a child he was acting like, and then he just starts kind of laughing at it. So here he is. He's mad. So he breaks a water main. So he's trying, step on it. That'll fix it. Now he realizes what an embarrassing moment this is as his friends are laughing at him. Yeah. He hit a sprinkler head, or he must have hit a sprinkler head. And now he's trying to fix it. The comments included, stepping on it will fix it. Instantly humbled by the stupid move. And Happy Gilmore should have used this in the upcoming sequel. But then his caddy steps over it and just leaves him to fix it himself. So pretty funny. And you know what, parents, show that to your kids. Show them, just because you missed it. Like, who's going to do something stupid with a golf club? Like, who's going to break something?
Yeah, and then try and, actually touch it and see if it fixes it.
Oh, wait, that's what I did. On the monitor. That's why they took the monitors out, and they no longer are on this desk. Yeah. Okay, let's go to roll call. I want to see who's here. Haven't seen everybody in a couple weeks. Let's go. Let's go back to the top. All right, so look who's back again. So Keith Lyle kicking us off with a little M&M. Aaron O'Connor, welcome back. We've missed you. Then I threw the tip-off question in. I said, the tourney has been boring so far. I mean, because there's not a lot of the lower seeds. The one game I had a little interest in when I was putting the show together was Maryland versus Colorado State. And if Joey B's watching, he's a big Colorado State guy, right? So we'll see. But Courtney has Maryland winning the whole thing because she went to University of Maryland. So I was watching that game, and that last-second shot, that was exciting. So I think that's really the only last-second shot, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And don't forget, there's 2 last-second shots because Colorado State made a three-pointer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That kid Lake who hit that deep three, as soon as he took it, I'm like, no. But the angle on TV was like, oh, wow. He drained that, and they started celebrating. I was like, Maryland got it to half court, called the timeout, drew up a good play. A lot of people are saying that the kid might have traveled, but Gene Steratore said it wasn't traveling. I don't know. I'm just saying. I go with Gene Steratore, another Italian from Pittsburgh. But did you think it was traveling?
Yeah.
You did?
But I didn't think they were going to call it.
In that moment,
Yeah.
I mean, really, could you imagine the outrage from Maryland? Yeah, it was a hell of an ending. All right, so the tourney has been boring so far, I said. Actually, I typed the Tourney. I was typing quickly before the show. And I asked everyone, what's the most boring thing you've ever been a part of, maybe watch? First one in, Nick Sansone, the majority of college courses that I had to do. Okay, he was an athlete in school, right? Like he even went to class. Okay, Nick, I kid you. Keith Lyle, I called him Kyle. What am I, Joe D'Amico? Most boring thing I've been part of, day shift 21 at the Venetian, Snore City. Punchlines intern, I'm going to bring Frank a phone book to sit on because his seat fell. Who is that? Is that Keith, the intern? It is Keith. Okay. Keith is doing too. All right, Nick Sansone, tired of that damn Aura kid. See? Thank you, Nick. He's also tired of that kid. Minidar, Frank, I can talk about the show. Oh, Frank, I could talk about the show. It's Naked and Not Afraid. No, I was not on Naked and Not Afraid. And welcome back from the woman who goes by R. That would be the woman who birthed me. That would be my mom. So, yeah, good to be back. And yeah, I don't know. I'll be able to watch all the tournament games this weekend. And yeah, I mean, Florida looks really good. And if you want to come down and make some bets, where'd I put it? Where'd I put it? Is it under here? We have some new props out. Where'd that sheet go?
Maybe I took it.
I think you took it.
Yep, here it is.
Oh, my God, Alex. All right, hold it up, Alex. So what do we have on there? This, Chris Andrews came in, sportsbook director here at South Point, came in, handed us this right before the show.
Yeah.
And I think you can bet which conference will win the championship. SEC opened at minus 140. They're plus 125 right now. Because how many? They have seven of the Sweet.
7.
My God.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, all right. And then I looked at Michigan State. Michigan State to win it. Are they 20-1?
They are currently 20-1.
Currently 20-1. I don't know. I don't know if they can win it all. The SEC teams really did, but I don't know.
I definitely think they can beat Auburn.
Okay.
Of course, they do have a tough game first coming up this weekend. They have Mississippi, who's playing very good as well. So,
all right. We'll see. But come down, ladies and gentlemen. So we have some new odds. The sportsbook, some new prop bets.
Yeah, or you can bet the region.
Oh, okay. You can bet the region.
No, by region. Okay, so then the odds kind of get a little better.
All right. Well, make sure you come down and grab your slip. Place a bet here at the South Point. A lot of good stuff coming up.
Yeah.
There. All right. Let's get to That's Crazy. Oh, my God. We haven't done this in a couple weeks. It's time for That's Crazy. Break out the cat, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I moved into a new place here. We did.
Yes.
And there's cats. There's 2 cats next door. I have 2 dogs. In the morning, I just hear madness when they run out because they're not going to catch the cat, but it gets a little crazy. Did you give the coffee cue? I missed it. Did you get your coffee? Did you mention coffee?
I did not.
Okay,
no.
Vince just knew. He knew, ladies and gentlemen. All right, he'll slide that into you. All right, That's Crazy, Alex. We will have you start off. I thought Vince was going to come on camera, but he has a strict no. What happened, Dan? Phrasing. Phrasing? Yeah. Rewatch tonight. I always do. Damn it. All right. Alex, what do you got for us?
I believe I'm starting with that Colorado State and Maryland game that you were just talking about.
Okay, perfect.
Because if you're in Survivor pools, which I highly suggest doing Survivor for college basketball because it's a lot of fun.
Now, explain what that is.
So you can use every team, but only once.
Okay, all right.
So you want to try and save the 1 and 2 seeds as far as you can. But so St. John's was a popular pick. Oof. Yes, the other day, and they did lose. Yesterday, Maryland was the number 1 pick. In my Survivor pool, it was 50%.
Okay.
Of the entries were on Maryland. I went with bigger names, so we'll see how long I last.
You're still alive,
but I'm still alive as well. But yeah, so that
Maryland Colorado State game changed a lot.
It did change a lot.
Whoa! All right. Here we go. Here. Oh, is this it?
Yep.
Okay. Does he walk? I was watching that on my phone, so I couldn't see his tiny legs. It didn't look. I was just like, oh my God, I think that bank's going in. Banks are open on Sundays in Maryland. Look, the Terps, good squad. Yeah. Colorado State, tough way to lose.
Yes, and I was rooting for Colorado State, get a Mountain West team even farther, which I had New Mexico over Marquette the first game, so I was very happy with that. And then They played okay, but not as good as Colorado State.
All right, very good.
different.
All right, and then you have another one. Speaking of heavily favored people. Is this yours here or is that mine? The Flagg one.
I don't know.
Let's just show it and we'll read it. Why
Yeah.
not? Is that yours or mine? I don't know. All right, anyway, we have this here. Cooper Flagg, he fell short of his 19.5 points over. He had so he had 15 points in the first half. He only finished with 18. So if you bet the over, that's kind of brutal. That's a bad beat, says Action Network. Yeah, you get 15 in the first half.
Yeah, you're
You're ordering a shot, you're ordering a beer, you're spending that money already on a late game, and then he only gets 3. But, it's tough to bet his overs because they want to rest him.
Yeah, definitely.
But that sounds like a bet I would have made, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, Cooper, he's going to, 15 in the first half, this is a lock. He looks good. I mean, I think people hated rooting for Duke because of the Krzyzewski era and the players were hateable. This kid's likable. I mean,
definitely.
You know what I mean? He's the number 1 pick. Technically, I think I heard he should be a senior in high school. Technically, somehow he graduated a year early to get to play basketball. So technically, he's supposed to even be in high school, and he's going to be the overall number 1 pick, without a doubt.
Yes. And it's a young team overall, so.
Yeah. I'm not going to I'll never root for Duke, but if they won, I'd be like, all right, well, that kid won, and for the coach who had to follow Krzyzewski, there you go. All right, did you have another one, or is it on to me now, Drew
I think.
Doug? All right, show it. We have some more crazy stuff to show you guys. By the way, Keith Lyle really missed my mom. We'll get to that in a second.
This is another one that I did.
Oh, yeah, you did have this one. All right, Wisconsin hit I think they were playing MTV's Rock and Jock. They hit a 200-point shot. Look at whoever was the score guy. You know what I think? I think his elbow leaned on the button to add points. The director's like, Jimmy, check it out. They got 225 points. It's Wisconsin. They never score over 7. So anyway, yeah, that was pretty funny. A lot of people noticed that. That was crazy. I like that one. Wisconsin.
BYU upset them.
BYU did.
They're moving on to play Alabama.
Now, does Jeff Pearls like BYU or hate them? I always forget.
He likes them this year.
He hated them last year. He likes them this year. All right. Okay, let's go to a few more That's Crazies, please.
I don't think he liked their football, though.
No, he didn't. That was it. Okay, this was one Alex loves. This has become a thing. So explain what we're seeing here.
So, OKC, they do this after every win, really, with this sideline reporter. And remember, they were doing towels for a long time. Now they're getting in gear, which is nice of them.
Which is hysterical because this guy just plays it up, never breaks.
I listened to him ask the questions, and I'm like, gosh, that's still such a good question. And then he does not lose his train of thought.
This guy's a pro. That's why he's doing an NBA team. Yeah. This is the kind of weird stuff and wacky stuff that happens to teams that go far in the playoffs. And, this is a tradition that they're going to want to do if they go to the NBA Finals. Although, this is their guy, right? Is this like the Thunder's guy? I can't read the mic cube.
I think it is.
Yeah, right. So if they get deep run into the playoffs, he's not going to be doing that. But the players are going to be like, no. Just even if we're not even recording it, we need to do it for superstitious reasons. So
I saw a video. I don't think it's this one, but SGA was in the background, and he looked a little annoyed finally.
He's like, all right, do we have to keep doing this? Yes. If you're an athlete and it's working, you must keep doing it. Speaking of sideline reporting, you and I, the baseball season's starting again. You're back at the ballpark already, right? With the college one?
Yes.
Regular season is starting
Friday.
So if
our opening night.
If you're ever in the Vegas area, you're coming out for a trip this summer, go see a Las Vegas Aviators game. They're the AAA affiliate of the Athletics. We can't call them. We don't say Oakland anymore. We just say Athletics. And it's a lot of fun. Alex and our friend Andy Martello are the regulars. Andy's got a job where he's traveling a little bit now, so I'll be filling in. Next week, I'm doing 3 days, you and I, doing 3 games. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday next week, so I'm looking forward to that.
Taking Punchlines to the diamond.
We're doing a lot. We're taking it on the road about 15 miles away, which when you have to drive there, it takes like an hour because it's rush hour and we have to be there. All right, so I have a couple That's Crazy. Should have been a quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. So Alex Ovechkin, he's 13 goals away from the all-time record. He's going to get it. He might run out of time this year, though, right?
He is now 7.
He's at 7. Yeah, this was a week old. I would say it was 8 last I remember. Anyway, the point is, in his 20-year career in the NHL, he has earned $161 million. And you think, all right, that's he's had a long career. That's a lot of money. Is it a lot of money? When it comes to football quarterbacks, no. That's the exact same amount that the New York Giants paid Daniel Jones for 4 years, $161 million. He's on the Vikings right now currently, or is he? I don't know. His name,
No.
yeah, he was a backup there last year, but I think he's a free agent. His name's been mentioned for the Steelers. They're not going to do this. Aaron Rodgers was at the facility. Did you see that?
I'm glad that you're back so we can finally talk about that because that has been like,
that's crazy.
everyone's just waiting to see what happens with the Steelers.
Every
and
day
Aaron
when I
Rodgers.
wake up, some days I wake up and I go, oh my God, what are we doing? This is a total nightmare idea. The man's a nutball. He's old. But then I wake up some days and I go, you know what? Why not? Because you know what? We don't have many other options. There's not a lot out there unless they would make a blockbuster trade for a Kyler Murray or a Brock Purdy, where a couple long shot trades people are talking about. Look, they re-signed Mason Rudolph. I don't think we've talked about that since it happened. So Rudolph is back. But they told him, you will be the number 2 guy because we have our eye on someone. So I think all points lead to Aaron Rodgers signing with the Steelers.
And he was at the facility for a very long time,
He was.
right?
And he left without a deal, which is fine. But I just want a 1-year deal. I don't want them doing 2 years, $90 million. If you give them 1 year and maybe you draft a Jackson Dart, which they've been looking at possibly, Jalen Milroe, who Jeff Parles thinks is not a quarterback at all in the pros, but he's so raw that maybe under the right tutelage he can be. And then there's the guy who's like 26 or 27 from Louisville, Slough, Slough, right?
It's actually Sluck.
Is it Slough? Is that how you pronounce it?
What's the first name?
Travis?
No.
Tyler.
Tyler.
I knew it was a T.
It's Shuck.
Is it Shuck?
It's Shuck.
Okay. I just read his name in mock
I know
drafts.
that because he tweeted that.
Oh, did he really?
Yes.
Okay. He's a big kid. He's 6'5". He's big. He's a little older.
Yeah.
Steelers didn't seem to be afraid of that when they talked to him. So the draft's coming up in like 6 weeks. Less than a month. About a month, actually.
Yeah.
What am I saying? It's in April. The draft is going to be exciting. Steelers lost their second round pick because they got DK Metcalf, which is amazing. So, but will Aaron Rodgers be a Steeler? I will go through love and hating that if he is. Most of it love. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's still got some juice in him. I mean, I don't know. What's the option? Russell Wilson? We already did that movie.
Yeah, but if it worked out with Russell Wilson, let's see what they can do with
Who's
Aaron
a better
Rodgers.
quarterback?
Yeah.
But it'll be a media circus. All right.
So
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think what's
really
that?
quick, you do need to change your diet now if you're going to still be a Steelers fan and you're going to root for DK Metcalf.
Oh my God.
2 bags of candy a day.
How does he do that?
And then just one meal at night.
Just one meal.
Yeah.
We showed it. We showed him talking
Yeah.
about it during the season, and the guy's probably the most built football player you've ever seen. It's going to be an interesting season. All right, let's go to OptaStats. We love OptaStats, and we were kind of touching on this earlier, but I wanted to wait till we showed this to you. This is the first Sweet 16 that's composed entirely of major conference teams. Since the Sweet 16 officially began in 1975, only 4 different conferences are represented. Every other Sweet 16 had at least 7. So for the viewer, kind of boring. And you had mentioned quickly that is this an effect of nil? Like all the best players are going to the big schools, I guess.
A combination, and Keith Lyle sent us a comment on that tweet as well.
Yeah.
And it is the realignment as well, because now these are just like power conferences.
Yeah.
And they have 18 teams in their conference, right? So they are going to have more representation there as well. Colorado State, man, if they would have just snuck in
that
there.
would have been the one.
That would have been the mid-major.
All right. So anyway, as I was saying, Keith Lyle's happy to see my mom back. He wrote, "Hi, Mrs. Nicotero," 3 times. Oh, then my mom did write back. She did write back, "Hi, Keith," finally. Okay, B-Town dummy. Oh, boy, here we go. I'm going to read it cold. "Worst, best thing I've had to watch is Frank run the wipeout course. Can guarantee he will never have children." Yeah, there was a severe injury at the end of that one. We won't talk about that. JR, he carried the ball like a running back. He's referring to the Maryland. Yeah, but, if you wave that shot off, it's no fun. Alex had a bunch of crazy stuff today, says Alex. Oh, that's Keith. Yeah. JR, hopefully the Aviators aren't watching, as they might have ideas for some of Alex's post-game interviews at the Las Vegas ballpark. Exactly. Oh, maybe I'll tell them. I'll be like, hey, go throw towels on her after the game. We're doing that. Okay. I'm going to make that happen, JR. Good one. Eve Natola, missed the show the last couple of weeks. Thank you for saying that. I missed doing it. Glad to be back. JR, my guess is he met with Tomlin, and Tomlin wants nothing to do with him. Now, they have a bromance. If you've looked, there's some memes. Tomlin's been a fan of Aaron Rodgers since they beat us in the Super Bowl. Alex all over the place. Hardest working woman in the biz, says Minnie Dar. See that? You are. You're all across town. You were at the racetrack. You were doing stuff.
Yeah.
All right. And you were upstairs doing free throws. The Sweet 16.
I didn't shoot one.
You didn't shoot one?
Nope. Not without you here. Last year we all tried, and that might be part of the reason why I didn't shoot one.
We didn't win a bucket of beer, but I don't think we really needed it. All right, is that the last? That's crazy? Okay, good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about 6 minutes away from a pick, but right now it's time for a Monday montage, which will be amazing because I don't remember 2 weeks ago. So it's been so long, but this was our last full week of shows, and the amazing Drew Dog cut one together. So here's our Monday montage. Enjoy. Birthday to me. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God, what are those? Yeah, here, set it right here. Don't burn the table. Thank you. What's your name? Nine. Nice to meet you. Thank you for bringing that in. I'll make a wish. Yay. All right, there we go.
We just have to get bigger and longer. I mean, I don't...
That's what she said.
I mean, we have to...
Sorry.
Is that what she said?
I've just been watching The Office too much. All right, anyway. Awkward pause.
We have a son who now cheers for the other team. Daddy's rooting for Nuggets, and then this punk is like, "Go Kings!" And you'd think that this 41-year-old sports fan would just be like, "Yeah, whatever. The 4-year-old's gonna do." No, he's an independent thinker. He doesn't want to be like Daddy, and he's like, "How hard is it to cheer for the Nuggets?"
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Anybody remember? There's no baseball.
Yes, great movie, by the way. Large March. Anyway,
the stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart. Red hat, green shirt, red phone. Frank looks like he's a Christmas wish telethon.
That's on Eastern.
Oh, where on Eastern?
Right by the Source dispensary over there.
Oh, okay. Are you familiar with Caitlin
I'm
Clark?
very familiar. Everyone's familiar.
She plays for the Indiana...
Jones.
No 8-tracks. We weren't an 8-track. We didn't even have a reel-to-reel either. We were all albums, all vinyl.
Ask Sean what any of that stuff means.
Sean, do you know what an 8-track is? Oh. Birthday's Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, was born in 1847. Oh, my God. Is he calling the hotline? Hold on. Here it is, right here. Hello. Yes. Oh, it's the ghost of Alexander Graham Bell. Yes, you were born in 1847. A lot of people say you ripped off the... Hello? Top 3 cheeses. Go.
Whoa.
Okay. Top 3 cheeses. Go ahead. Top 3 cheese. You got to be quick.
the lane.
That's right. You're on. All right. You're on.
Where did that come
The
from?
court's time is very valuable.
Gouda, cheddar, and provolone. Frank, go ahead. I have no argument. Those are my 3. I'm just
Gouda, cheddar,
and provolone.
Those are good.
It's not a Gouda list, but ladies and gentlemen,
Oh my God. That was part of the reason I picked him, because I knew he would sabotage himself with that.
look, jokes like that have made me a lot of cheddar.
Well,
See,
right
'cause your
now
husband's...
he's 4 feet tall and he's 4 years old, and he's in the 100th. He's off the charts. I mean, I'm a Jewish mom. I will
Right.
just gush over him. He's Mensa smart. He's going to be 11 feet tall.
Right.
LeBron, watch out.
You're not a peanut butter guy either?
I love peanut butter, but
don't
not
like-
jelly.
Oh,
You
well,
don't like peanut butter.
And I
thought.
like jelly.
Exactly. That's... Sounds like a song. He likes jelly. I like peanut butter. Dun, 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 dun. We'll get t-shirts. Yay, Drew Dog. Nice job taking that stuff. It's always fun when we watch these back live. Alex and I usually are just like, I don't remember that either. I don't remember that Alexander Graham Bell bit. Maybe he calls again later. Oh, there's his phone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Major League Baseball, which is rolling around. Well, I guess the season already started. The Dodgers are 2-0. Loved both of those games. I was back east, so the time was like 6:10. I got up and I'd see the ending of the games. Figured the Dodgers would win both games. Happy to see the Pirates already have a lead on the Cubs in the NL Central. But food. Oh, we love talking about food around here. And Major League Baseball, we're going to take a look at a few stadiums that have some food coming out. Are we started? I have the White Sox first. Is that cool, Drew Doug? Okay. The White Sox are only supposed to win, like 63 games? They'll be lucky to win 50 possibly. And so it's a pretty bold move to introduce something called the Celebration Cake Shake for the upcoming season. It's made, all right, so there it is. It's made with birthday cake ice cream, confetti cake. Right there, I'm lost because you know I hate cake and ice cream together. It's got a pinwheel cookie, a maraschino cherry, and a QR code on the cup that takes you to the highlights of their 2005 World Series win. That last one's a joke, but that was a good idea, wasn't it? They should, like a QR code to see when you could actually see the White Sox when they were a good franchise and winning games. But all right, so Alex, question to you. Would you try that, and how much of it would you eat?
I would absolutely try it. I love confetti cake.
Oof.
And like vanilla. So that would be my type of shake right there.
No, first of all, well, there's no chocolate in it. If I'm going to have sweets, I want chocolate. I've never liked confetti cake. And if you're ever going to bake me a cake or I like a yellow sheet cake with chocolate frosting. I make a mental note for anything. Because honestly, I'm fine with box cake. I remember for my birthday one year, they got me there was some fancy place in LA, Lady Jane, I think it was Sweet Lady Jane cakes or something. They're really expensive. It's got like berries in it. I don't want that. I want chocolate.
I like ice cream cake. That's the best.
We've talked about I can't mix cake and ice cream. So anyway, speaking of gambling, White Sox win total. I would take the under. Have you been looking at the baseball over-unders? Have you guys been talking about them on Sports by the Book?
A little distracted with basketball right now and trying to keep up with hockey.
Oh, yeah? We're coming into the home stretch. This is a great time of year for sports because we got the tournament.
Really is.
We have baseball coming up this week. We got hockey getting good, basketball getting good, and the NFL draft. So right now, Rivals October, when October has all the good stuff going on. All right, so would I try that? I don't know. Ann, would you try that? No. Because last year you brought back the Chicago White Sox. What was that?
Campfire.
Ooh.
You liked the campfire one. Why do you not like this one? It's gross. Andrew, are you trying that? No. All right.
What?
Vince, Jerry, anyone? No? Yeah? Yeah. Jerry's big thumbs up, big rock and roll horns. Vince kind of shrugging the shoulders. I don't know. I'd take one bite and say, give me a beer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the New York Mets. The New York Mets have high expectations. Their fans will have high cholesterol. I'm going to do that joke again. That should have got a big laugh. The Mets will have high expectations, and their fans will have high cholesterol. I missed this for a couple weeks. If you order the Dog Bowl, first of all, this is an amazing deal. Let's take a look at this. $12.99 for 12 hot dogs stuffed inside of a Mets helmet. That's $1, a little over $1 hot dog.
That beats our hot dog price.
Don't say no, but these Alex. $1.50 hot dogs here. Amazing deal. Come to the South Point. You got to use cash, which is welcomed here. Unlike any other place you try to buy stuff at a sporting event, we don't take cash. What? Are we in America? So anyway, look, so you go to the game with a couple buddies, you split a helmet, you get a helmet of hot dogs for $13. I don't understand how they're making money on that. But I could do at a ball game with some beers, I could do 2.5, 3. I'll go 3.
I'll go 1.5 too.
Yeah, one person should not. If one person comes up and orders that, then is sitting alone, the authorities should step in because no one needs to eat 12 hot dogs.
Well, it's going to be a trend.
It is.
We had the trend last year.
What was it? 9 dogs and 9 beers?
Yes.
9 hot dogs, 9 beers.
In 9 innings.
Yeah,
so.
I've done the 9 beer part. I've never done the 9 hot dogs in a game. And by the way, when we mentioned that on the show, as I was driving home, I called my mom. She's like, do not do that. I won't, Mom. I'll keep the cholesterol lower. That's why I got to give the Lipitor something to do.
But you're right. That would be good to share with the group.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we got a couple more before we get to your picks at 12:37 or 12:38. Let's see. Gambling. The Yankees. The Yankees are off to a rough start with some key injuries, but perhaps the fans won't care and enjoy tiramisu in a Yankee helmet. The very dainty cake is almost as tender as Giancarlo Stanton's, entire body and Garrett Cole's elbow. I thought that was a pretty good joke because it's a little dainty cake. There you go. Would you try? Are you a tiramisu fan? I don't like it.
I am, yes.
As an Italian, I'm supposed to love it. Don't like it. Because why? It's coffee flavored and I don't like coffee.
Oh,
Vince, do you like tiramisu?
You're missing out on life.
And you trying the tiramisu?
I don't like coffee either, remember?
Yeah, so you wouldn't eat the cake.
No.
Andrew? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You worked at a coffee place. Jerry, you trying that? Jerry's trying everything. All right. Again, you get a helmet. This is a souvenir, and this is a Yankee game, so that's probably, I'm going to guess that's $25.
I was going to say that's not $12.99.
I looked in the comments. I couldn't see a price. We'll have to wait for regular season. But espresso, mascarpone, cream, ladyfinger cookies, cocoa powder. It's the only thing I'd lick the cocoa powder, throw it out. There you go. All right. We got one more here, I think. Yeah.
I like that one, but looks a little messy.
We're going to end in Pittsburgh. Alex and I need your opinion. Alex, I need your opinion on one of these. So here we go. Into Pittsburgh. They have a fried almond torte, which is made of funnel cake batter topped with raspberry sauce, icing, and burnt almonds. We don't have a picture, or do we? Oh, we have a video. All right, roll the video then. Sorry.
20 days away
All right, here we go. We're counting down the opener in Pittsburgh. That's sad. Jeez. There it is. All right, so that's an almond tort, Alex. Topped with raspberry sauce icing. These Polish cannonballs. Deep fried ball filled with egg noodles, kielbasa, cabbage, bacon, and cheddar cheese. Served with the creamy herb dip. Now, this one right here is the one I'm going for, and I have to explain this. This is the chipped ham empanada. Okay, that's the parrot over. That's genius, by the way. Every kid's going to want that. Whoever said put a cheap parrot mascot over cotton candy, it's going to fly off the shelves. And then there's a baseball bat full of popcorn with the pirate logo is the last one. All right, so let me explain the empanada. Chipped ham empanada with cheddar cheese and pickles. There's the bat.
Ooh.
You would try that?
Yeah.
Okay, so chipped ham, have you ever heard of chipped ham? This is such a regional thing. It's basically like shaved ham. It's necessarily not the best ham, but Isley's was this place. You'd go get a chipped ham sandwich, put mayo on it, and like Italian bread, and it's like a staple there. So they've put it in an empanada with cheddar cheese and pickles. I'm all over that. You would eat that?
Yeah.
Would you eat that in? No? Andrew? It was passed on. Vince or Jerry? Jerry, you trying that? He doesn't like pickles, but I'll try it. There you go.
So many people don't like pickles here.
Gambling note on the
It's a
Pittsburgh
shame.
game. Paul Skeens is getting the opening day start in Miami this Thursday. Minus 165 right now.
Seems like a pretty good price.
I mean, could you name anyone in the Miami lineup right now? I don't think I could. So, look out for that game right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for picks at 12:36. We're doing them a little late, but we each have one for you. There it is. I haven't heard this tune in a couple of weeks. At 12:39. All right, Alex, you have a late breaking one here that you threw in. What do you got for us?
I do. Just because this number moved, I'm going with a hockey total here. It's the first game on the board, Vancouver Canucks and the Devils.
Okay.
So this game opened 5.5. It is down to 5 at some places.
Okay.
So I like over. I made it 5.5. The number's right there. Now the Canucks, they do have a 5-game over streak in their road games.
Okay.
So both these teams have struggled to score. I'll just say that. So that could be why it's moving down. But we've got Markstrom going for the Devils and Kevin Lankinen going for Vancouver. Both good goalies, but I mean, Lankinen is the backup. So I like over that 5.
Okay. I like it. All right. I'm going to throw out one, and you'll know the reason why. We talked about it earlier. The Iowa Hawkeyes are playing tonight. They're plus points. I think it's around 4.5. We could can you check the live line on that, please? Women's hoop tonight. So we have it as they're plus 4.5 against Oklahoma tonight. And the reason I'm taking them is because I feel D, the bus driver, is going to have them fired up. Play like it's the last time you ever get to play basketball. You can lose, but just make sure you cover.
5.5 here.
5.5.
Total 156.5.
Is there anything there? The reason you mentioned that? Anything popping out at you?
It's pretty high for a women's game.
Yeah. That is a lot of points. Yeah, 156.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm taking, they got another point. I know Oklahoma's a better team, but I'm going with Iowa. I'm going purely based on D, the bus driver. So there are our picks, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how that goes.
Not our best pick.
No,
day.
it's something to watch tonight, though. It's a Monday. It's slow. Don't worry. By the end of the week, we got baseball back. I'm so excited for baseball season. Can't wait.
I like that Thursday Pittsburgh game.
Yeah.
We should definitely look at the first 5.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
Which is probably
about what they're going to throw.
A bigger favorite, but might be worth it.
I like it. You got to remember, Pirates won't score runs all year. Their projected lineup. I mean, Joey Bart's sitting 4th. This is a guy the Giants, gave up on, and we got him. By the way, he's having a great camp. But I don't understand who's playing first. I don't understand who's going to be in right. Actually, Reynolds is left, so it's going to be a mess. But we got Paul Skeens. And by the way, knock on wood, Jared Jones is okay, having his elbow examined. That's another guy I was counting on double-digit wins from. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's take a look at today's date. Today, wait, what? Is someone calling? Hello? Are we doing a bit? I was going to go to the date before I did hotline. I'm jumping around, buddy, so I'm sorry. I called an audible. We'll get to that. I love that I didn't even say someone's going to call soon. They were calling quicker than I thought. All right. Hold on. All right, so, you get rusty, ladies and gentlemen. All right, hey, look, let's do the Punchline Hotline now. All right, we're ready. Okay, so Punchline Hotline, ladies and gentlemen, we just have one. We only have time for one call because we still have a lot of show to squeeze in here. Oh, my God, wait, let me set it up. So what happens is someone's going to call a player, an entire team, someone famous, we don't know. Alex will only hear one side of the conversation. She has to figure out who I'm talking to. Oh, boy, I hope the phone rings soon.
You mean again?
Now he's not going to make it ring. Maybe it's on vibrate. Could old phones be on vibrate? Oh, there's crickets. Okay. Oh, my God! Hello. Oh, hello, entire women's team. I mean, yeah, I didn't see her opening round game against UNC Greensboro because I'm not into horror. I mean, my goodness. You guys beat them 71-25. Alex, I'm sorry. Is that your new computer? Yeah, playing your new computer. Okay. Yeah, I know you covered. The line was 34.5. You won 71-25. Did you feel bad? God, okay. Well, listen, your line is still high tonight. You're favored by 17.5 against Mississippi State. Alex, oh, wait, hold on. Oh, Alex, I have a question for you.
Yes.
This team that you have to figure out.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. They're playing Mississippi State. Can you spell Mississippi? Go.
Yes.
Go.
Mississippi.
Was that right? She got it right. All right, we're going to Vince. Vince is our judge on that. All right. Yeah. Well, I bet she can spell the 3 letters that your school goes by. Speaking of, bye. Love you, Juju. Okay. All right. Who was that?
USC
That
Trojans,
was the USC Trojans. They're the Lady Trojans on the phone. They are, they're a juggernaut, right? They're looking pretty good.
Yes, they are.
I grew up hating USC as a Bruins fan, but I like watching Juju Watkins. So if they win, I'd be happy. Is there a team you're pulling for?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame? Do you have them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll root for Notre Dame now.
We can root for both.
Okay, we'll root for both.
Let's get them to the championship game, and then I can hedge.
There you go.
Take
Okay,
some,
that's always works.
USC.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, today is episode 351, and it's March 24th. March is just flying by. Here are your national days. One is fake. Are you ready? I haven't played this in a couple weeks. Hope
Yeah.
everyone's ready. Here we go.
We're all rusty.
National Cocktail Day, which, by the way, should be every day, ladies and gentlemen. National Cheesesteak Day. Save a Housefly Day. National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day. World Tuberculosis Day. World Tuberculosis Day. Say that 5 times fast. National Each Person is a Person of Worth Day and Flatmates Day. I guess that's more of a British thing. Here we go. Checking behind there. Jerry, because he wants me to say this word again, I'm sure. Tuberculosis. He's saying that's made up. Chocolate covered raisins, Vince says, is fake. And Drew Dog says the housefly thing is fake. What say you, Alex?
I got to go with the National Cocktail Day.
Cocktail? You don't think it's today? Ann, are you in on that? Talk about phrasing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the fake one is Save a Housefly Day. Drew Dog, way to go. That was the stupidest one I could think of last night. I thought for sure more people would bust me on that. The rest are real. Birthdays, Hall of Famer Peyton Manning turns 49. I felt like Peyton Manning was older. I would have guessed like older. I don't know why.
No, because Tom Brady played till how old?
Yeah,
Weren't
right. Yeah. Anyway, Peyton Manning's 49. And to celebrate his 49th birthday, he filmed 49 commercials today. WWE star The Undertaker. I'm not a big wrestling guy. I know they play like a gong before he comes out. Do you know anything about The Undertaker? It is House Bells by AC/DC, which Trevor Hoffman used, which he stole from Trevor Hoffman, or vice versa. I don't know. But it is House. Why do you know that it's House Bells? Oh, she made a video for The Undertaker, yeah. And a couple weeks ago when he made the surprise appearance and they played it, people lost their
Yes, they did.
And Harry Houdini, my second favorite magician, behind David Blaine. Harry Houdini was born on this date in 1874. Put him in the AI machine up in Utah. What do you got for us up there, Caden? Okay. I realized I forgot to tell Caden that the housefly one was made up. But he put it in there, and you got a very large, puffy Peyton Manning who looks
Very
nothing like him. Peyton Manning never had hair out the back of his helmet. He's like the most straight-laced guy. But he's letting a housefly free in his Denver Broncos uniform, which the Bronco on the helmet kind of looks like the Chargers lightning bolt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then I guess that's Harry Houdini all chained up with The Undertaker. And if you look down, they're eating, what is Cheesesteak Day? What are they eating? Cheesecake. I think AI thought cheesesteak or cheesecake, not cheesesteak. So that's pretty good. Who's behind them in that photo? that eerie picture. Is that Peyton Manning, I guess, if they got all three in there. Thank you, AI Magic. There you go. We did the punchline. All right, Alex, we got a couple viral videos to close the show with. We have some interesting stuff. I might jump around. We're going to start with video one, Joe Dog. You ready? All right, Alex, this is one of them. It's multiple choice.
Okay.
I know you like these. You usually get them right. This is one of those, no way is this a thing, but I do have video to prove it. So, Alex, what sport happened 3,000 feet in the air on top of a hot air balloon? Was it A, two guys playing ping pong, B, two girls doing round-offs, or 3, two guys boxing? What do you think?
Boxing.
Let's see. Roll it. Yep, it's two guys boxing. Okay, so, I mean, this is sports. I mean, it's boxing.
Oh, my gosh.
If you get knocked down, you die. This is just insane. I don't know. I believe that's Russian, or it's definitely an Eastern country's language. But they boxed on top of a hot air balloon. Who thinks of that? Why are you doing that? And it was real. Someone thought, oh, it's AI. No, it was an actual thing. So I don't, all I know is if Reno Paul's watching, Reno Paul's like, how do I bet on that? I want to bet on that right now. The Sweet 16 heavy conference issue is all because of nil money. Mid-majors have no hope. This is JR, who I believe is like a Dayton fan, right? You're a Cincy guy. So Keith Lyle, I was saying, he was driving at the time. He was saying hi to my mom. My internet can't cut in and out. So my mom got 3 hellos. She's probably okay with that. All right. Florida Gators. They have a legit shot. What are the Florida Gators on the prop sheet here to win it all?
3-1.
3-1. So if you like the Gators, they're looking pretty sweet. Now, there's a guy on the Gators that's not even playing. We've talked about him several times. This Oliver Rue. Is that how you pronounce his name? I think so. We showed him earlier. He's a red shirt. He's 7'9". Right. So Florida might get to cut down the nets at one of the regionals, perhaps if they make it to the Final Four or the national championship. So this is what you have to look forward to if Florida does it again. Here he is from the SEC game while we were off, cutting down the net with no ladder. He's 7'9". Didn't even play. I mean, that's just the fact. I can't even touch the net like jumping full. He's just like trimming.
Yeah.
7'9", and he's not even playing, and they could win it, and then everyone gets to gawk at him next year if he hits the court. But that's, I mean, he can cut a net down.
Is that who Tracy took a picture with? You know, the sideline
Yes, Tracy Wolfson.
Yes.
Yeah, she took a picture with him and Taco Fall. You know what? We'll show it tomorrow. We're going to show it tomorrow because it's weird.
It is.
It's so weird. I saw it last night. So Taco Fall, who was like 7'6", and then she's standing in front of him, and then she goes, I had to do it. She has a picture of her with this guy. So we'll show it tomorrow. Tomorrow, because you'll be here tomorrow, so yes. we'll show that tomorrow.
It's better.
We can't. It's better with Alex. That's right. That's our me and Keith saying, because one time we got busted saying it'll be better with Matt, and she overheard us because there was something about play-by-play, and now it's become a running joke. Okay. Friday. This was I thought the sweetest moment of the tournament, and I saw this on Friday night. Liberty was getting trounced by Oregon, and their coach wanted to get some subs into the game to experience some experience in the big dance, right? So did you see this?
I did not.
Okay, this is great. So the ref realizes they're trying to get a sub in. The clock's ticking. Follow the red spot. So he wants that kid to get in and taste the big dance. So look what he does. Blows the whistle. Oh, there's a wet spot on the court. Oh, I'll dry it up. Hey, go in. Go.
Oh, my God.
So he lets the kid get in, and he wipes up the imaginary wet spot so he could, he could get in a game. So classy move. The ref's name is Roger Ayers. And he even helped him up. I mean, this guy, come on. That's unbelievable. That to me, I thought was the sweetest story. He allowed J.C. Sherry Jr. to get his first NCAA court time. Pretty cool.
Yes. Very good on him.
Yeah. In Oregon, I was going to say, check Oregon's line if they beat Arizona, but they didn't.
No.
No more Puddles in the tournament, Jerry. Sorry. Puddles is out. I know.
Well, I had Liberty over Oregon.
You had Liberty over Oregon?
I thought they maybe had a shot. Yeah, they were a very good three-point shooting team. They had, all the metrics of a team for an upset.
What's your lowest?
And then Dana Altman said, you forgot how good of a coach I am. But that game yesterday was crazy with Arizona because it could have went bad, but...
That was the late game. I saw some of that game, yeah.
Arizona, I mean... They made some really crucial free throws at the end.
I love the old Pac-10 teams. So I don't know.
Pac-12?
Bruins, Pac-12. Sorry. Yeah. Now they're in the, who knows?
Pac-2.
Yeah, back to because Oregon State and
Washington State.
Washington State. All right, Drew Dog, I blew past clip 2. We're going to go back to clip 2 because it's another multiple choice for Alex White. Alex, we showed a lot of half-court shots this year from the NBA, but while we were on a break, a unique halftime contest happened in Sacramento, and it's something we all try probably at least once a week doing in our regular lives. Okay, that's your clue.
Okay.
So instead of a halftime shot in Sacramento, was the big contest A, stop a gas pump at exactly $25. Tricycling from one baseline to the other baseline in less than 24 seconds. Or just choose A.
A.
That's what I have in the script. Choose A. There it is. So this was the contest, obviously sponsored by a gas company. So he has to stop it at exactly at 25. Can he do it?
So close.
Look at the concentration. He did it!
He just got us.
But look at him.
Sweat.
Look at him. Because look, I'm going to guess could be a long-distance trucker. I just have a feeling this is someone who's done this.
All right.
But is that exciting for the fans in the arena?
Yes.
Alex, yes. Yes, it is. Because the thing is we've all done that.
Yes.
I mean, now maybe most of you fill up your tanks. Hey, sometimes you just need like 25 or 40 bucks, and that'll make your day. You will text people right after, oh my God, just stopped it automatically. I'm a genius. That guy, handlebar mustache, I love him.
That guy was fantastic. It was like
just so
nothing.
Yeah, like was it supposed to be hard?
Yeah.
What do I win? Exactly. I don't know what he won, but he won the admiration of Alex and I. That's
Can
for
I
sure.
tell you?
Please.
So I don't remember them doing a half-court contest last year upstairs for the tournament.
They did it.
They did it this year, so you could win a nice golf bag the first day.
Okay.
And then the second day was a Bud Light jacket and something else. The first day, Frank, I'm not kidding when I say it took 50 minutes for somebody to hit
That's it?
That's it.
50 minutes?
It felt like forever.
Well, wait, are you just, how long?
Shot. They were in a huge
Oh,
line.
okay. I thought you
it's
meant
one
like.
at a time. It took 50 minutes.
If you're, were you doing this? Were you doing a little?
No, I just announced for them to go ahead and get started and get in line.
So it took 50 minutes for someone to hit. Place must have went nuts.
Everybody stopped watching after they were watching the games.
Do we have any video of that? Let's imagine it in our heads. 50 minutes?
I'm surprised Jeff didn't film because he walked over there and started rebounding to help out because there were so many air balls.
You know, I got to say, now that I think about it, yeah, you would have thought it would have happened.
The second day, it happened like the fourth person in line.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you expect,
Yeah,
right?
I would say, yeah, I apologize for 15 minutes. Yeah, I would have said it would have taken 15 minutes because you're just going one after another.
Right, yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay. Well, there you
It
go.
was funny.
And they want a golf bag and a Bud Light jacket or whatever?
Yeah.
All right. We have one more clip, ladies and gentlemen, and we have to show this because it's UCLA coach Mick Cronin. Oh, we have two more, actually. Mick Cronin, he's given us a lot of viral bites this year. He got on his team, UCLA Bruins, and then they rattled off a bunch of wins in a row. And we were taking them, and they were covering.
Best bet of the first day, UCLA over Utah State.
Was that your best?
Yeah.
And did they crush them?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see. I remember the final. I know they won, but
yeah.
All right, here he is talking about. The reporters are like, "What about next season? Next season?" He's like, "Hey, let's talk about what just happened." And here's what he said. It's pretty funny.
I know it's probably way too early to start thinking about
Then
next
don't
year.
ask. Then
well,
don't
I was going to
ask.
say, at what point
ask.
do you start
Right
looking
now,
forward rather than backward?
Right now, guys, it's 12:40 a.m. and the season just ended. That's it. You're going to ask me about next year? Right now, my biggest concern is how bad the seats are on the Allegiant flight. On that
There goes the
terrible plane that
sponsor.
We're going to have to fly home tomorrow.
The school bus.
The cheese, the plain version of the cheese.
Hang in there.
And is there any chance that Doug got me some hot food because I don't eat on game day, that I got something edible? Not next year, not right now, guys.
I don't think a reporter will ever again ask a coach about next season. They're going to think about that embarrassment. But by the way, Allegiant probably is like the sponsor of the UCLA team, flying him in and out. He's like, how bad the seats are on Allegiant. I've been on an Allegiant flight.
I thought it was one of the nicer.
It's okay.
No?
I mean, it sponsors the dome here, right? The Allegiant Dome, right down the street.
Yeah.
You know, when Jeff and I were heading over there one day, this is one of the like you remember things you've asked or said in your life that are really stupid. I looked at the arena. I go, what is Allegiant? Jeff goes, it's an airline, and I'm like, Oh, yeah, I'm a frequent flyer mile holder of Allegiant. I just drew a blank. I thought it was like some financial thing, and Jeff looked at me like I was an idiot. And that's kind of how he looks at me all the time anyway, now that I think about it. But I was just like, oh, yeah, it's an airline. I've flown them 1,000 times. Keith Lyle, everyone, thank you, chat room. Okay, one last thing. Is this a clip or just this? We just wanted to point this out. All right. Speaking of my guy, Paul Skeens, who will pitch against Miami for the season opener on Thursday, the 11-year-old boy who got one Christmas present, it was a box of baseball cards he had requested. It was his Christmas present. I've talked about this on the show. Thank you, Drew Dog. Sorry. They on my birthday, my mom, my dad would always get me a box of baseball cards. I'd spend the whole day on my birthday opening them up. It was the best present ever. This kid, that's all he wanted was a box of baseball cards. So right there, I love him. He's 11 years old. His family's not, well off. He pulled out the Paul Skeens card that we showed a million times, the patch card, and he sold it for $1.1 million. Paul Skeens will earn $875,000 from the Pirates this year. So the kid's going to have a better year for having his signature card. You got to remember, this kid was offered like 30 years of season tickets and a meet and greet with Livy Dunn and Paul Skeens and merchandise. He sold it. They're putting it away for college for him and his siblings. So that's the right move.
Yes.
I mean, Pirates, take your season tickets. Give me a break. All right, that's the show. So later this week, we have Jeff Parles coming in on Thursday. Judge Chris Andrews will stop by on Thursday. On Friday, and you know who's coming in on Friday? I don't want to talk about it. I have no idea. Okay, tomorrow, though, that's all that matters. Alex White will be back, and tomorrow morning you'll be on Sports by the Book.
Yes, 10 a.m.
With your dad?
And Jeff Parles, all three of us. Yeah, we're going to start going through the regions.
And
Sweet
like
16.
I said, come down to the South Point, get your prop bets that Chris just put out. We appreciate you guys watching. It was good to be back. Everybody, thank you. Keep watching, and we'll be back tomorrow. What's that? Oh, yeah, well, I was building up to that. Here's Kenny White's Dog of the Day, ladies and gentlemen. Watch me hit the post at 1 o'clock perfectly. Maybe not. Here we go. Kenny White's Dog of the Day. KennyWhiteSports.com. Minnesota Wild plus 190 at the Stars tonight. You kind of like this game too?
I do, yeah. Okay.
All right, here's our Dog of the Day. Oh, God, I hope the clip's under 14 seconds. Go. I'm going to hit the post. Oh, it's a dog. How long is it? Okay, we're in the airport. Our dog Charlotte found a balloon. Look how cute Charlotte is. We're going to watch this for 3, 2, 1. See you tomorrow. Butt sides live in the Battery Show.